I'm Dr. Chad Welter. I'm co-owner of Laser Advanced, and I'm also co-owner of a private practice in Kansas City. I'm originally from a small town. When I moved to Kansas City, I really didn't know anyone, so I needed to find my own niche and set myself apart from other practices. I found this laser therapy that all the pro teams were using for their athletes. You know, they're $1 million athletes, so I knew that had to be something great.
Well, I learned as a professional athlete that if you're injured, you can't play. If you can't play, they're going to be looking for someone else, and so you have to be able to perform on the field, and that applies to life in general.
High-intensity laser therapy has worked out so well for my practice that I wanted to share it with other doctors, and that is why we're here today. In the next couple minutes, I will help you understand why this is important and how you can work with our company to introduce laser therapy into your practice. I had many personal experiences with sports-related injuries. I know how important it is to get back into the game. With this laser therapy, we can get you back out there much faster. By bringing high-intensity laser therapy into my practice, I really set myself apart. Once my younger brother had joined my practice, we were dramatically able to see more patients, having 2 different laser therapy machines. We receive 50 to 60 new referrals per month just from word of mouth, and that's because we're keeping patients happy and they're wanting to tell their family and friends. Laser therapy has actually been around for 50 years, so there's extensive research behind it and it's FDA approved. The performance of laser therapy machines has improved exponentially. Like what the machines do in 30 seconds now is what they used to do in about 8 hours time.
As we age, we're apt to do things incorrectly, and when that happens, sometimes aches and pains start to crop up, and that happened with me. I had my lower back came out from lifting some heavy equipment out at my farm, and developed a little bit of a sciatica in my lower leg.
The process is called photobiomodulation. It sends photons into your cells that interact with your cell's mitochondria, which is kind of like the powerhouse of the cell. This process creates something called ATP and protein, which in turn repairs damaged cells, which in turn repairs damaged tissue and bone at a much more rapid rate.
Went to see Chad, and he said, we'll get you better in about 2 or 3 treatments here. And believe it or not, after the first treatment, he made an adjustment, used a little bit of the laser on me, and I was feeling better and walking out of there with a little bounce in my step.
With the laser therapy, we're able to treat such things as tendonitis, torn ligaments, rotator cuff injuries, sciatica, arthritis, whether we're treating our Olympic athletes or whether we're treating somebody that's just trying to walk, or even our weekend warriors that think they're still athletes. The great thing is, not only does high-intensity laser therapy speed up the healing time, it also reduces pain along the way. My job as a doctor is to help patients heal as quickly as possible. I've treated a lot of professional athletes, and it's been fun to see how quickly they get back out on the field.
So last couple of months I had a knee injury, and somebody recommended Chad, and I was very skeptical at first. But went through a couple of treatments myself, and within a few treatments I see a huge improvement on my knee. And since then I've been recommending some of my players to go to see Chad.
I've had Olympic soccer players come in struggling to walk with torn hamstrings. By running the laser therapy over their hamstrings, I was actually able to get them back out on the field by the next week and play the full 90 minutes.
Like too recently, we had a state cup game. Some of the game players were injured 2 days before the semi-final and the final, and I recommend them to go to Chad, and they went to Chad, and the next day they were able to compete in the state final.
With high-intensity laser therapy, you're going to be able to do so much more for your existing customers, which in turn you'll get a lot more referrals because of how much you've helped your patients. You will pick up more cases that you weren't able to see before. Doctors, trainers, coaches will send more people because you're able to help with the most extreme cases. We have set ourselves apart from hundreds of chiropractors in the area. We'll even get patients that drive 300 miles away. We even have patients that fly in because they've had friends, family members that have had such great results, and they just weren't seeing the same thing from where they were. A lot of times we'll have patients walk in telling us that we're their last resort.
So you were in a pretty bad car accident.
About 2 years ago. I didn't believe it was going to work. Dr. Chad had to like talk me into really trying it. Because nothing else, everything else had failed. And so I'd lost hope.
With the laser therapy, we're able to help them and get them back to doing the things that they love. The high-intensity laser therapy needs to be a part of any active sports medicine practice. To set yourself apart and for more information, come to our website.